Her week we have a live session planned out, and every week I try my best to bring a topic and a guest for you, ताकि somebody expert from the field can answer all of your queries and everything that you would want to know. So last week we had Asif Chaudhary, our head of growth here at Devsinc, to talk about marketing in general, and also we kind of hinted on our Devsinc Creators League. So this time around, and since so many people wanted to know कि किसना participate करना है, and since हमारे पास एक short time था, so we thought कि might as well just make a dedicated session on that and answer everybody's question and their queries. And for that, today I have my team, so it's going to be a very friendly session with my team here. I have Imaan, I have Amnan. So Amnan is also our team lead, and he's the senior marketing strategist at here Devsinc. And also we have Iman, she's the marketing executive here at Devsinc. So please, guys, pehle to I would want you guys to introduce yourself, starting from Amnan and then Iman, of course, and uske baad let's just jump into Creators League. Okay, what is it?
Okay. My name is Amnan, and I am senior marketing strategist at Devsinc. It's been 3 years I am here at Devsinc, और जो एक सफ़र शुरू किया था बिल्कुल ज़ीरो से, तो आज अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह Devsinc को भी इस लेवल तक पहुंचाया है, और ख़ुद भी पर्सनली भी बहुत ग्रोथ की है इसकी वजह से. एंड हम डिफरेंट इनिशिएटिव्स लेते रहते हैं आफ्टर 3 months एवरी क्वार्टर, ताकि लोगों को Devsinc के साथ जुड़ने का और लोगों को उस तरह से इन्हेंस होने का मौका मिले. सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ दैट इनिशिएटिव. तो क्रिएटर्स लीग का यही माइंड में था कि एक क्रिएटिव लोगों के लिए भी प्लेटफॉर्म हो जो कि पाकिस्तान में ऑलमोस्ट नॉन एग्जिस्टेंट है. तो टेक के लिए तो हमने बहुत ही चीज़ें की. हमारी आर कम्युनिटी है, हमारे सेल्स समिट है, हमारी टेक कम्युनिटीज़ हैं, बट नॉट फॉर द क्रिएटिव माइंड. सो वी आर गोइंग टू टेक दैट फॉरवर्ड. ओवर टू यू,
Yes,
ईमान.
Thank you for the introduction, Soha, and thank you for sharing your insights, Amnan. I'm Imaan Iftikhar. I'm a marketing at Devsinc. I have joined Devsinc around the same time as Soha. It's been almost 5-6 months since we've joined, and it's been an exhilarating journey. We have learned a lot here. We basically work in content strategy, campaigning, and everything that you see that Devsinc puts out. We are the minds behind it. With Creators League, our main initiative and the main objective behind this initiative was to uplift the creative community in Pakistan. We see that our graphic designers, content writers, cinematographers, and all those involved in and social media influencers, all those people involved in the creative industry do not have as much visibility, as much opportunities, especially in Pakistan. Freelancing, this is a very huge freelancing industry within Pakistan, and this is talent that we export. So we want, with this initiative, for our creators and our creatives to come forward with their talent. We want to provide them a platform to showcase their talent and ultimately build a community filled with support, with opportunities, and just basically create a very vibrant network. So if you have any questions, any queries, please let us know.
एंड ऑल्सो आई वॉन्ट
Yes.
टू एड वन थिंग, बिकॉज यही लोग, यही 4 कैटेगरीज जो भी मान ने बताई हैं, दैट ग्राफिक डिजाइनर, सोशल मीडिया इन्फ्लुएंसर्स एंड ऑल दैट, ये लोग किसी भी कंपनी का बैकबोन होते हैं, किसी भी स्टार्टअप का, किसी भी कंपनी का इनिशियल्स का बैकबोन होते हैं, और इनको उस तरह से एक्नॉलेज नहीं किया जाता जिस तरह से हम टेक के लोगों को करते हैं, या उनके प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट करते हैं, या उनकी अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्रिएट करते हैं. सो Devsinc एक इस तरह का कॉन्सेप्ट और आइडिया लेके आया है कि आप लोग आए हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे, हम आप लोग को साथ लेके चलते हैं. एंड दिस इज नॉट लाइक फॉर 2-3 months, दिस इज अ लॉन्ग टर्म आइडिया. हम इनके कम्युनिटी मीटअप्स भी करवाएंगे आगे जाके, और इनको इंशाल्लाह इंटरनेशनल लेवल तक लेके जाएंगे.
Yes. And again, you guys have already given an introduction on, Devs Creators League and basically हमारी ideation क्या थी. And again, it was just के recognizing, as somebody from a liberal arts background myself, and, having been associated with this field for so long, I feel like it's very crucial कि पाकिस्तान में कोई एक, joint, multifaceted कोई यहाँ पे platform नहीं था जहाँ each and every single category was being represented. And so we were in talks about to bring this up and launch it. And when we have finally we've done it, and we've seen such response, people were eagerly waiting for something that would own them and that would give them this to your students. Okay, there's a platform for you to showcase your talent. If you say we are also introducing like 4 categories in it, right? So pehle to Aman, I would ask you, since you've been with this, you've been one of the pioneers of the marketing department here. Okay, why as a tech company are we, launching a creators why do we have a creators league out there? Because again, we have had this question a lot. कि अच्छा, wow, like, so it's very positive, alhamdulillah, for us कि हमने creators league launch करी है. But why as a tech company, Devzinc thought कि this is something that needs to be done.
ओके, आई थिंक इट्स, अब डेव सिंह ने अपने आप को कभी भी एक कैटेगरी में लिमिट नहीं किया, बिकॉज हम, अगर पाकिस्तान, हमारा एक मिशन है कि हमने पाकिस्तान में जॉब्स प्रोड्यूस करनी है 80,000 बाय द एंड ऑफ 2030, and we are also working on women empowerment and various issues like nepotism. So when we say कि we are a global company, we are local leaders also, और हम उस तरह से लेके चल रहे हैं that हमने जॉब्स प्रोड्यूस करनी है, इकोनॉमी में पाकिस्तान इकोनॉमी को अपलिफ्ट करना है विद द हेल्प ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री. सो कभी भी आप इकोनॉमी को जो बूस्ट करते हैं या कभी भी जॉब प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, वो किसी एक डोमेन में नहीं कर सकते, आपको फिर सारे डोमेन्स को साथ लेके चलना है. बिकॉज यूथ सिर्फ टेक में ही नहीं है, नॉन टेक की भी काफ़ी तादाद यूथ की हमारे साथ बैठी हुई है. इसीलिए तो हम लोगों को टेक एम्पावर भी कर रहे हैं. ऑफ कोर्स हमने अभी नॉन टेक ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम भी स्टार्ट किया है, इंटर्नशिप्स भी आती हैं, सारा कुछ होता रहता है. बट फॉर द नॉन टेक, फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम वी लॉन्च दिस क्रिएटर्स लीग. सो इसका आइडिया बिहाइंड यही है कि हमने जो अपना एक मिशन पूरा करना है पाकिस्तान की इकोनॉमिक इंडस्ट्री को अपलिफ्ट करने का, उसमें ये एक क्रूशल पार्ट है कि हम सबको नॉन टेक, टेक और बाकी लोगों को भी साथ लेके चलें, ताकि वो डेवसिंक के साथ इस मिशन को लेके चलें. और ये सिर्फ डेवसिंक की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है कि वो इस चीज़ में अपने आप को आगे लेके आए, इस तरह के इनिशिएटिव्स ले. हम बाकी इंडस्ट्री को भी इनवाइट करते हैं, हम बाकी इंडस्ट्री की भी टीम्स को इनवाइट करते हैं कि हमारे इनिशिएटिव्स का पार्ट बने, एंड यू कैन ईजिली रीच आउट टू अस. और उसमें कोई वो नहीं है कि कंपटीशन है ये, बिकॉज एट द एंड पाकिस्तान का भला हो रहा है, वो हम सब ने मिलकर करना है.
Yes. Again, for those of you who don't know, कि Devzinc is always, trying its best कि कोई ना कोई initiative जो है हम अपनी आम publicly भी लेकर आए. So right now we have our tech empowerment program that launched, just few days ago. So of course we're making sure that everybody that belongs to every field, because again Devzinc also itself as a company is made up of people that belong from very different fields, not just software engineers. So recognizing that, and marketing department is the power hub. It's the powerhouse of thinking about new marketing strategies, thinking about new content, and then pushing it out. Because at the end of the day, it's on us, and it's our responsibility for our brand to be perceived in a certain manner. So again, this whole initiative itself, kind of like was birthed at the marketing department itself, and we found it very, very important. Okay, we create a platform and we have all of these people from the industry to gather around, and you do take benefit from it. Acha. So we have a lot of questions about the participation and everything already. So pehle to sabse pehle, I think it's very important for us to touch on the our categories. And
Yes.
once we have done that, let's talk about how can we participate, and again, why these four categories. So again, Iman and Amnan, first let's start about के हमारी कौन-कौन सी categories हैं.
Right. So we
Okay.
have four categories. They are for we have Social Spark for social media influencers and content creators. We have Visual Vortex for cinematographers. We have Pixel Perfect for graphic designers, and we also have WordCraft for content writers. These four categories specifically are a big part of not only the freelancing industry in Pakistan, but also when it comes to corporations and the business side. These are professions that you see flourishing in all sort of in all avenues, right? And but within companies, within organizations, you see that these departments and these specific people do not get as many opportunities as, for example, people in engineering or in the tech side. So that was our main purpose in devising these four categories in particular, and we wanted to bring these forward at the forefront so that within not only just our organizations but our economy as a whole, there are more opportunities built for these people, for this type of talent, because again, it's a very diverse field. All of these fields are very diverse, and we are trying our best that the capabilities that our people possess in these specific realms, they are nourished and they are taken advantage of to their max. This was our purpose for these categories specifically, and I think we should take a
Yeah.
few questions from people who have been asking.
Yes. So Amnan, basically, I would want you to answer it. कि someone is asking, Sayyid Mohammed Rafe, he's asking कि क्या हम दो categories में at the same time can we participate in it? So is there any specific rules for
Yes,
that?
yes, you can participate in almost all categories, but we will judge you on one category. ताकि वो एक फेयर कंपटीशन रहे सबके लिहाज से। सो यस, यू कैन पार्टिसिपेट, यू कैन पॉलिश योर स्किल्स, लेकिन एट द एंड हम आपको एक ही कैटेगरी में जज करेंगे।
Yes. And again, if you feel like you're very good enough and you want to be, part of two categories, jo bhi hai, of course, we encourage that. We encourage you to bring your work and we encourage you to be a part of this community because again, hum community ko bilkul secluded bhi nahi kar rahe,
बट एक
but
चीज,
we have to
जी, जी,
we
सॉरी
have
टू
to
कट
make
यू।
sure there's
इसमें
a
एक
fair
चीज़ ऐड
fight.
करना चाहता हूँ कि जो कह रहे हैं कि 2 कैटेगरी में, लेकिन मुझे ये लगता है कि इनको चाहिए कि कोई भी स्टूडेंट है जो कि 2 से ज़्यादा कैटेगरीज़ में या 1 से ज़्यादा में पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए है कि पहले डिफाइन कर लें कि वो उनकी स्किल क्या है। अगर उनकी स्किल है ग्राफिक डिज़ाइनिंग, तो उनका सिनेमैटोग्राफी में कोई काम नहीं है। मतलब अगर यू हैव टू ब्रिंग योर बेस्ट वर्क आउट, तो वो जब सामने आएगा तभी वो एक ही स्किल में हो सकता है जहाँ जो जिसमें आप माहिर हो, जिसमें आप अच्छा परफॉर्म कर सकते हो। तो आई थिंक एक स्किल बेटर होगी टू विन योर कंपटीशन और फिर उसमें स्टैंड आउट करने का अमंग द अदर्स। तो मेरे ख्याल से एक स्किल में अगर आप पार्टिसिपेट करें, दैट वुड बी बेटर।
Yes, and also
Yes.
adding to what Amnan said, you are not restricted from participating in all four categories, even if you want. However, we would recommend okay, you choose one category, which is your particular niche and what you think best represents you, and whatever category that you're most capable in. Because while participating in multiple categories will add to your skill set, we think in order to, again, it's a competition, right? To succeed, we would suggest to put all your eggs in one basket to make sure that whatever category that you're choosing, you're able to perform your best in it. Because the thing with using multiple categories is that sometimes you don't know how to exactly divide your attention and your effort to those two categories specifically. So just to increase your own chances of winning, we would suggest that you choose the category which best resonates with you.
Yes. And also, I would want you guys to know this कि हमारे social media में we're actively campaigning on, our Creators League, and we are actively putting our information out there. And we have generated form links and we have like active WhatsApp communities. So do really, look out to our social medias and stay tuned to it because inshallah, soon we'll be releasing every single reel that will elaborate on what the category is, how to participate in it, and everything that you should know. Actually, we have a question here, Amnan. So I think the crux of the question is if you belong to from another organization or another computing society, will they be able to participate in Creators League?
यस यू कैन। अगर आप किसी भी कंपनी, किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से हैं, इवन आप किसी भी सिटी से हैं अदर देन लाहौर, फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर पाकिस्तान यू कैन पार्टिसिपेट। इसमें कोई हमने लिमिट नहीं रखी कि आप पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर सकते किसी और कंपनी से, अनलेस आपकी कंपनी को कोई मसला नहीं है, जो कि होना नहीं चाहिए, सो यू कैन इजीली पार्टिसिपेट।
Yes. Acha, again, so,
आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन फॉर,
yes,
बिकॉज़
yes.
इसको थोड़ा-सा इंटरेस्टिंग बनाते हैं। तो लोग काफ़ी पूछते हैं कि व्हाई डेफसिंग मार्केटिंग? बिकॉज़ हमारी मार्केटिंग ने एक मार्केटिंग में एक हम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह एक स्टैंड आउट किया हर चीज़ में, कंटेंट में, स्ट्रैटेजी में, एवरीथिंग। सो आई वांटेड टू आस्क टू यू गाइस, बिकॉज़ आप लोग न्यू हो इन मार्केटिंग, सो व्हाट कीप्स यू गोइंग? क्या चीज़ अच्छी लगती है, क्या चीज़, ताकि ऑडियंस को भी पता चले कि डेफसिंग की मार्केटिंग स्टैंड आउट क्यों करती है इंडस्ट्री में, और उसको मतलब एक कंसिस्टेंसी किस तरह से है? सोहा,
Okay,
कैन यू?
that is very interesting way to take this live from this point onwards. I think joining Devsing was one of the best decisions that I could take for myself, especially as a person that is been into this field of media and also has masters in ad and PR. So it was marketing was something that I really resonated with, and way the typical way of getting into a company is कि आप resume फेंकते हो and you hope and everything. But even before that, so I belonged from a liberal arts field, and yet I knew about Devsing. And so every single time my friends would talk about Devsing, I just would not understand अच्छा ये क्या है क्या नहीं है. But I knew that there was a name out there in IT that was growing enough. And so our CEO Usman Saab, he had his stories out there. He has the way he talked and everything. And I remember this very clearly. Okay, once I was sitting in my classroom, and so my friend was telling me about Devsing and uski puri journey of how it became what it is today. It was very interesting to me. And then I never knew कि मैं एक IT company में जाके I'll work in marketing. And now coming here, I really understand कि when you see the social medias, when you see how it's been, इसकी जो इतनी active presence है, it's not just there because बस we just create something and we put it out there. it is literally a Wolf of Wall Street wala scene in Devsinc marketing. You have to actively make strategies. You have to grab onto the ongoing trends, because marketing is very similar to IT के जो आपका ever changing landscape है. You have to change yourself to and adapt yourself to the marketing strategies. And this is what we do here. And so we recognize what the world needs, we adopt to it, and then we put it out there. And it's all about experimenting and, just really going into deep waters to test out ki, acha, what will come out of it. So yes, this is why lives in marketing.
This is very good point that you mentioned about experimenting and taking risk, because डेव सिंह ने हमेशा से रिस्क टेकिंग वो स्ट्रेटजी फॉलो की है. अभी मैं यहाँ पे भी सबको यही बता रहा हूँ दैट आप लोग कोई 5-6 चीजें एक्सपीरियंस करते हो कंटेंट की, देन उसमें से एक दो चलती हैं, बट जो उसमें स्टैंड आउट करती हैं तो वो पूरी इंडस्ट्री को हिला देती हैं. सो यहाँ पे जितने भी स्टार्टअप्स हैं, जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स ने ज्वाइन किया है, सो अगर आप लोग मार्केटिंग की फील्ड को चूज कर रहे हो, सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट टेकिंग रिस्क एंड एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग. जितना आप लोग रिस्क ले सकते हो, जितना एक्सपेरिमेंट कर सकते हो कंटेंट के साथ, वो आपको कुछ नहीं पता कि ऑडियंस को क्या क्लिक करेगा. सो मुझे याद है जब हमने पहली वीडियो शूट की थी, वो बिल्कुल एक आराम से एक कैमरे से, मोबाइल के कैमरे से शूट की थी. देन हमने तब भी हमने अपनी ऑल योर फर्स्ट इस तरह से वीडियो शुरू की थी. तभी हमने एक्सपेरिमेंट किए थे. हमने कभी शॉर्ट कंटेंट फेंका उस पे, कभी टेक टॉक की 10-10 मिनट की. उसके बाद हमें समझ में आया ट्रेंड्स क्या चल रहे हैं, एंड वी आर अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ट्रेंड सेटर्स. सो उस वजह से फिर पूरी इंडस्ट्री ने भी हमें फॉलो किया. सो इट्स नॉट लाइक कि सिर्फ डेवसिंग वो कर रहा है, इट्स ऑल अबाउट कि इंडस्ट्री भी उसको फॉलो कर रही है, कुछ अच्छा ही फॉलो कर रही है कंटेंट की फॉर्म में. ईमान, वुड यू लाइक टू टेल अस?
Yes, okay. So maybe the LinkedIn audience is not aware, but I am initially from a legal background. I have a lot of experience in marketing. I've been working with NGOs for around 3 years now, and I have always been a huge part of marketing campaigns. Devsink actually appeared on my Instagram Explore. That is how I found you guys. And I saw your content. I kind of stalked the page a bit, and I saw your content, and I saw how, like, first of all, I could not even decipher what Devsink was. Like, the way you guys market, the way you guys bring your employees forward, rather than just your services, it was very intriguing and it was very unique. That is what drove me to, like, go after this opportunity, because seeing how you guys bring your people forward, you market not only your services, you market your people. That was something unique, and I saw how DevSync was one of the initial industry and like corporations in Pakistan to adapt to very emerging marketing trends, like like before they die out. This is one problem that we as corporations in Pakistan face. We do not know what trend to follow at what time. And I saw Devsync was not only using innovative content, but also using content that was actually impactful. And the initiatives that you guys were starting with your training programs for tech and non-tech, and how just you handled your engagement in general, that was something that intrigued me a lot, because you don't see tech companies in Pakistan doing that. You see MNCs doing that. You see Nestle doing that. You see Coke doing that, but you don't really see tech companies doing that. So that is what brought me here. And after I've joined, I'm like, I have been happy for choosing this and for making this decision, because not only has Rafsing provided me opportunities to develop professionally, but also personally. There's a lot of room for personal growth with how everyone here just embraces your ideas, and they encourage you to experiment with new techniques, with new strategies. And this like Creators League, like, this was our own initiative that we planned and we thought out. So there was a lot of room for personal and professional development, and that is what I saw and that is what I've experienced. So this is what my experience has been in Mexico. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. As we go deep into our introductions and why we chose Devsing and everything, we have few questions here, so let's address that too. All right. So Zainul Abidin is asking about that maybe his community reached out. I would suggest ke if there is a student chapter that wants to associate itself with Devsing, please email us with titling it to exactly what your query is, and we'll reach out. And Anand is very open about collaborations for our greatest league, and he's
Yes.
actively dealing with that. And we've onboarded so many ambassadors and so many collaborations that will be disclosed in the near future. So please do that if you want to officially do it with greatest league. And also Hasib Ali is asking if you guys would answer the pixel perfect may. So he basically is asking, there are two tasks. So basically, are two tasks that we have signed, and do I have to participate in both of them and complete either of them, or do I have to just do one? please respond to me. So please,
There's
Iman,
two.
if you could.
It's these two are options in all of our categories. That there are multiple topics and they're optional topics. So do you have an option to choose from either one? We have created these diverse topics because again we know that everyone has a different level of expertise and everyone has a different perspective. So for all of our categories, the multiple choices you see, topics you see, there are choices. So you don't have to do both tasks. You only have to do one. And I hope that
Yes.
clears it up. And if you have
And
any more
yes,
queries, please shoot us a DM or on Instagram or any of our socials. And also, a lot of people are asking how to participate. We have links on all of our socials on Devsinc's Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. So, and they will be labeled as Creators League application forms. So please go to our socials, go to our bios, and click on the link, and you will see the registration process.
yes. And I would also like to clarify, Instagram pe mostly we have this KDK, so there's no link in bio. Please go to the link option and actually click on it, and then you'll have multiple links, and we have labeled every link, which link is going to redirect you to which page. So please do help yourself out with that. We do link forms and everything that we promise in our captions. So please, guys, we're not trying to keep you in any sort of like darkness here. And also, so the first part of the question that Imran just addressed was that I'm not a creator, but I'm interested in creating content. Again, so this whole Creators League is not us just calling out somebody that's been present into the industry for so long and only has the skills and is going to present us something very perfect. If you are even an aspiring creator from belonging from any of these four categories, we encourage you to even show us your raw skills. Okay? If they're not even like that polished, that's okay, that's fine. We're not here to tell you that you're not good enough to be a part of this community. So please do that. There's no judgment here. It's a community that is really just focused on uplifting each other and also reshaping the identity of Pakistan essentially, and that is one of our main goals. We want to show our creative side, so please do that. Acha. So
And just to add on
would
to
you guys?
what you said, um,
Yes.
Okay. So just to add on to what Soha said, we do not particularly look for people from a certain graduation background. We do not look for certain work experience. If you're interested and if you have the skills, and even if you don't think you have the hard skills, you can just participate. If you have the capability, if you are capable enough, and if you're interested enough, you are free to apply. There's no strict criteria that you have to be someone from a liberal arts background or someone from a graphic designing background or anything like that. There's no degree requirements. There's no work experience requirements.
And that's
Yeah.
why we labeled it as creative minds platform. So अगर आप creative mind है आपका और अगर आप tech में भी हैं even फिर भी participate कर सकते हैं. So do not hesitate, please participate ताकि हम उसको चीज को log कर सकें.
Exactly. Hasib Ali, he sent his question again. Hasib, we addressed your question, so you only have to participate in one of the two topics. You do not have to do both of them. So please, I hope that answers you. If you want to follow it up with something else, please do so. Amnan Saad Shahid is asking, okay, so would you guys be hosting an event for all the winners, or would you guys be posting about winners on your social media? If you could please let them know about what is the procedure, and what can they expect from the meetup that is going to happen essentially.
ओके श्योर क्रिएटर्स लीग का ये प्रोसीजर है कि अभी आप लोग अपनी एंट्री सबमिट करवाएंगे बाय 1 अप्रैल 2024 और उसके बाद हम उसका शॉर्ट लिस्टिंग प्रोसेस स्टार्ट करेंगे एंड देयर विल बी एक्सटर्नल ज्यूरी एंड इंटरनल ज्यूरी ताकि आप लोगों की जजमेंट क्लियर हो सके उन चीज़ों पे और उसके स्टेप्स जो भी हर कैटेगरी के जो भी स्टेप्स हैं वो इन कमिंग डेज आपको मिल जाएंगे सबको क्योंकि हमारा क्रिएटर्स लीग का एक व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप भी बना हुआ है जो कि फॉर्म में लिंक अटैच्ड है जिन लोगों ने फॉर्म फिल किया है उन्होंने ज्वाइन किया हुआ है सो वहीं पे सारी मोस्टली अपडेट्स आ रही होती हैं बिकॉज people are more active on WhatsApp, so that's why we have created this community. और हमने इसको of course long term लेके चलना है, so that is the best way. And secondly, there will be a meetup at the end of April or May, जहाँ पे हम पूरे पाकिस्तान से top 300 participants को बुलाएंगे और वहीं पे उनका मीटअप करवाएंगे, नेटवर्किंग करवाएंगे, and there will be sessions for them from top industry influencers of their niche. So वो आएंगे वहाँ पे उसके अलावा वहीं पे उनको कैश प्राइज और सब कुछ मिलेगा.
Yes, and also guys, again, I'm encouraging you all to, if you're a participant, please join our communities, please join our WhatsApp community. They know at first what's going to happen next and what is going to be, released from our side, from the Devsinc side. So please make sure that you're actively part of those communities. And if in case you don't know where to, join it from, please always, reach out to Iman, Amnan, and I on LinkedIn. We are here to answer your queries. We really eagerly want you guys to participate and be a part of this community. Secondly, we have a lot of questions on ambassadors, Amnan. So, what is the function of ambassadors? And again, there's a lot of noise on social media. A lot of people have come forward as ambassadors for Creators League. So, if you would like to, walk us through about what is their function and is it basically?
Okay, so we have like 100 plus ambassadors from all over Pakistan for Creators League, और वो social media पे post भी कर रहे हैं, and we have also our core body. We have like 12 member team of our core team for Creators League, जो कि social media पे posted हैं, आप जाके easily उन्हें find कर सकते हैं. और अगर आपने ambassador बनना है हमारी Creators League का, so you can drop us a message अबाउट कि आप इंटरेस्टेड हैं, देन वी विल ऐड यू टू द ग्रुप. बट उससे पहले आपका एक छोटा सा इंटरव्यू कह लें, या छोटी सी आपकी जो इनिशिएटिव्स आपने लिए हैं या जिन सोसाइटीज़ का आप पार्ट रहे हो, बिकॉज एम्बेसडरशिप इज़ ऑल अबाउट हैविंग दैट कॉन्फिडेंस कि आप पब्लिक को जाके फेस कर सकें. बिकॉज आप लोगों ने जाके सोशल मीडिया पे डेफसिंक का फेस बनना है, आप लोगों ने जाके सोशल मीडिया पे इसके बारे में लोगों को बताना है, अपनी कम्युनिटी को बताना है, अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी को बताना है, उनको ऑन बोर्ड करवाना है, सोसाइटी को करवाना है. सो जो एम्बेसडर्स होते हैं वो बिल्कुल रिप्रेजेंटेंट होते हैं कंपनी के. सो उस लिहाज से आप लोगों को ऑफ कोर्स जज किया जाएगा, देन यू गाइस विल बी एडेड टू द ग्रुप. सो अगर आप लोग करना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज रीच आउट करें हमारे एम्बेसडर्स को यहाँ में. Yes.
Yes. Acha, so let's just, Amnan and Iman. So my question to you is, okay, so the Creators League is for, the general public. And of course, it's a great platform. And I encourage everybody to, be a part of it. And also, guys, the rule book and everything will be released soon. So you guys will actually exactly know. And again, the official deadline will be released soon as well. So just stay glued to our social medias. You'll know exactly what you want. We're not going to keep you in any kind of darkness and then expect submissions from you guys. Okay. Secondly, Iman and Amnan. So for us, we are Creators League is daily for us, So on the daily basis, we have to. So hamara content, we have to do content writing as well, graphic designing in sense. We have to collaborate with our production, then video production, and and everything. How do you guys make sure? So, of course, I know my answer too, but since I'm the host, let me just ask you guys. Um, how do you guys make sure that what's being put out there in Devsinc's social media, and not especially you being the marketing strategist, is up to the mark? It's something that is going to be appreciated by the public, but also like since we have a global reach, right? So it's not just we are only we are only catering Pakistan's audience. So how do we make sure that what's being put out there is something that is up to the mark?
ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो आप लोग जिंदगी में कर रहे हो या जॉब पे कर रहे हो, उसका आप लोगों के गोल्स के साथ अलाइन होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. अगर आप उस चीज़ के बारे में पैशनेट नहीं है तो आप गलत जगह पे हैं. वो आपको फॉलो करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. उसके बाद आप में पैशन आएगा, सो दैट यू कैन वर्क ऑन दैट थिंग. सो मुझे याद है जब हमने 2021 में फाउंडर्स क्लब शुरू किया था और हम फेज़ 5 में होते थे, हमारा कोई 150 लोगों का कंपनी थी. तो तब हमने सोचा था कि हम फाउंडर्स क्लब स्टार्ट करते हैं विद आसिफ आवर लीड, सो हेड ऑफ ग्रोथ. सो वहाँ पे हमने जब पुट आउट किया था तो हमें उस तरह से इंडस्ट्री में फाउंडर्स का कोई मीटअप नहीं होता था. तो हमने कहा कि हम ट्राई करते हैं, देखते हैं कितने लोग आते हैं. सो वो मुझे याद है कि हमने फॉर्म उसको लॉन्च किया था पूरा सोशल मीडिया पे. तो हमारे तकरीबन 50 प्लस गैदरिंग थी स्टार्टअप्स की पहले मीटअप पे ही. फिर हमने इंडस्ट्री से स्पीकर्स बुलाना शुरू किए. अब वो एक छोटा सा इनिशिएटिव था. आज हमारे पास अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 700 to 800 स्टार्टअप्स हैं रजिस्टर्ड. उनकी व्हाट्सएप कम्युनिटी बनी हुई है. उनको हम इंटरनेशनली इन्वेस्टर से भी कनेक्ट करवाते हैं, उनके यहाँ पे मीटअप्स करवाते रहते हैं. और सबसे बड़ा मसला जो था उनका वो नेटवर्किंग का था, प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं था, तो वो डेवसिंक ने दिया. सो सेम विद द क्रिएटर्स लीग कि हम आप लोगों को एक प्लेटफॉर्म दे रहे हैं. हम ये नहीं कह रहे कि हम उंगली पकड़ के आपको जॉब तक लेके जाएंगे या कुछ आपके लिए आपकी लाइफ में कुछ वैल्यू ऐड करने हैं, लेकिन हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि हम एक प्लेटफॉर्म बना रहे हैं जहाँ पे आके आप नेटवर्किंग कर सकते हैं, अपने लिए क्लाइंट्स ढूंढ सकते हैं. पूरे पाकिस्तान से बच्चे आएंगे इस कंपटीशन में. यहाँ पे इंडस्ट्रियल लीडर्स को भी हम इनवाइट करेंगे, इन्फ्लुएंसर्स को इनवाइट करेंगे. सो इस नेटवर्किंग कम्युनिटी का फायदा उठाएं. यहाँ से देखें कि आप लोगों के लिए क्या बिजनेस प्रोड्यूस होता है, यहाँ से देखें आप लोगों के कितने लिंक्स बनते हैं. सो दिस इज द मेन थिंग. और मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ कि स्टूडेंट को हमेशा यूनिवर्सिटी सोसाइटीज में एक्टिव होना चाहिए, ताकि उसमें वो कॉन्फिडेंस आए कि जब वो जॉब लेवल तक पहुंचे या किसी क्लाइंट से बात करनी हो, तो वहाँ पे वो चीज़ें, वो कम्युनिकेशन, वो चीज़ें बहुत मैटर करती हैं। सो यही चीज़ें मेरे अपने जो गोल्स हैं वो कंपनी के साथ अलाइन है। लाइक लाइक मुझे मैं एक्सट्रोवर्ट हूँ बहुत ज़्यादा, मुझे मीटअप्स में जाना पसंद है, लोगों से मिलना पसंद है। सो ये मार्केटिंग की जितनी भी चीज़ें हैं, ये सारी वहीं से आती हैं। सो व्हेन यू आर पैशनेट अबाउट योर वर्क, सो तब आप वो मेक श्योर करते हो कि वो चीज़ 100% जाए और वो अप टू द मार्क हो। दैट्स व्हाई डेफसिंग इज़ ऑलवेज़ बीन के हमेशा से वो मौका भी दिया, डेफसिंग ने मुझे वो प्लेटफ़ॉर्म भी दिया अपने आप को रिप्रेज़ेंट करने का, पर्सनली भी, प्रोफ़ेशनली भी, हर जगह से। और उस तरह से इनिशिएटिव भी लेने दिए। कुछ इनिशिएटिव चले भी, कुछ नहीं भी चले। लेकिन ये है कि एक एक्सपेरिमेंट करने का जो, एक रिस्क लेने का जो मौका है, वो अब आज तक चल रहा है वैसे ही। सो मेरी इन सब यंगस्टर्स यहाँ पे बैठे हुए हैं, उनको यही है कि आप लोग अब जो भी चीज़, जो भी स्किल चूज़ करेंगे ग्रेटर्स लीग में या लाइफ में भी, जिस भी डोमेन में काम कर रहे हैं, उसके बारे में पैशनेट होना ज़रूरी है आपका। अगर आप पैशनेट नहीं होंगे तो आप 1-2 घंटे काम करके थक जाएँगे और फिर वो चीज़ उस तरह से इम्प्लीमेंट भी नहीं होगी, आपकी लाइफ में कोई वैल्यू भी नहीं ऐड करेगी। सो आई थिंक दिस इज़ द मेन थिंग।
Yeah, and
Yes.
when it comes to seeing that what we put out is up to the mark, there's multiple checks that we go through, right? First of all, we will look at what purpose that we're trying to convey. We have to see that the content is, for example, digestible in a way where our audience responds to it. We see the peak times, we see the peak watch times, how long our audience watches our content, and then we sort of cater our content accordingly, the duration of our videos, and then we do multiple quality checks as to what message we're putting out, from the backgrounds, the lighting, the dialogue delivery, everything. And with our graphic designers, we collaborate with them, we see what the market is putting out at this point, but want to more. And those are the multiple sort of checks and processes that we go through in order to ensure that our content is not only good quantity wise, because again, we are regular posters on our social media account, but also quality wise. So yeah, it goes from like scripting, the storytelling, to the cinematography, to graphic designing. We
Yeah,
ensure that we
and
have multiple levels.
yeah, and also like being the marketing executives, like if I have to give you a little sneak peek into it, Iman and I are doing like a lot of research. So Amnan is
Yes.
there to guide us, to tell us the strategies. Okay, so this is how how you guys are going to do it, and
Okay,
so then
my
just
question.
doing research.
Yes,
Yeah,
my question is for you too. Is कि how is it to be the part of such an amazing initiative? Because जब आप लोगों ने ज्वाइन किया था, तब मुझे याद है कि हमने सेल्स समिट करवाया था, पूरे पाकिस्तान की सेल्स इंडस्ट्री
yeah.
को इकट्ठा किया था अंडर वन रूफ। सो वो आज तक कम्युनिटी चल रही है, आप लोग ही मैनेज कर रहे हैं सारा। सो हाउ इज इट टू बी अ
Hmm.
पार्ट ऑफ सच अमेजिंग इनिशिएटिव्स, और क्रिएटर्स लीग को लॉन्च करने में भी मतलब पूरी मार्केटिंग, स्पेशली सोहा एंड ईमान, आप लोगों का काफ़ी उस तरह से पार्टिसिपेशन है। सो कैसा लगता है और किस तरह से लेके चलना है आगे? मतलब क्या चीज़ आपको लगती है कि इनिशिएटिव्स का पार्ट बनने से, और वो क्या चीज़ होती है? या
I think it really depends on your workplace. If it's, a typical corporate, corporate sector की एक छोटी company है जो कि, it's just there and making sure that you're, assigned to your desk and you just don't move at all, right? So Devsing is not that company. So if you are entering into the marketing department, you have every little freedom that you could ask for to practice here and to really just put your ideas out there and have the liberty to execute it, right? So when we came here, Sales Summit was happening and it was a huge event. It was like, all the sale experts from all over the world were basically joining us. So it was just not Pakistan, it was international speakers making sure that they speak on the event. Being part of it and heading that event with you guys was amazing. And then Curtis League is something that is headed by the marketing itself and especially headed by our team. And so being in one of those heads, it's amazing because not only we're getting the exposure of leading a very grand scale campaign, but also being one of those people that set the direction for the campaign itself. So really just learning experience of how strategies really work, how you are going to reach out to people, how you're going to collaborate with those people, and also really just making sure that these people align their mission with you, and they feel the need, they feel the sense of belonging to associate themselves with this campaign itself. So it's a ever learning experience. So it's not even stopping. Even today, we have learned a bunch of new things. And I remember, Amnan, we were talking about this campaign in the very starting phases, where I was like, I kept the name for it like Creators League, and it was so random. And so you were like, yes, this is going to be Creators League, and so that was that. From starting from a name and then shaping this into a campaign, and now just talking about it. Okay, this is how thousands of people are going to participate in it. It is crazy, but it's the reality, and I think it's amazing.
So what about you, Iman?
Yeah, so like so I said, like just being attached to these initiatives, like when we first came, we were handed the sales summit to market and to strategize. It was like sort of like not only a world of opportunities, but so much learning, a world of so much information that we had to sort of intake, and it was a bit overwhelming at the time. But overall, when you see how it has unfolded and the opportunities that we've created and the opportunities that we have garnered as professionals, it has been like just an upward scale of like growth, you know, connecting with people, hearing their mindsets, and also just connecting with multiple aspects of the market and multiple people in multiple industries. Like you get insights not only to how particular individuals think, but how their companies think, you know. And I think that has been one of the biggest sort of food for thought for us. And then, like Soha said, we sort of produced the Creators League together, right? Like she came up with the name for the itself, and I came up with the name for the categories, and I was like, this should match, like the words should match. Sort of just with the Creators League, especially, just like seeing it go from like this small idea we had in our heads to a full-fledged campaign, it has been amazing, and it has definitely been an upward learning curve. So yeah, especially for like the mental development, the intellectual development, seeing every part of the process which we would not have otherwise witnessed, I think that was one of the biggest things, because there is so much development that has happened from the day that we came up with this idea to now when we're holding this live. um, so I think this it has been one of the most um, sort of giving and fulfilling opportunities that we could have had, and I think this is what's important. Like people don't place as much emphasis on these initiatives and in these opportunities as corporates should. But yeah, we have. I personally feel very lucky to be a part of these initiatives.
Yeah,
Okay,
and one
I
little
want to add
point.
one more thing. Sorry to cut you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to add one more thing कि ये कहाँ से आता है, ये सब चीजें कहाँ से आती हैं, because we are able to think like that because डेवसिंग ने वो कॉन्फिडेंस दिया है हम तीनों को, मतलब हमारी पूरी टीम
Exactly.
को, मार्केटिंग को या डेवसिंग जो भी. So it's all about the culture, corporate culture at the company. So वो
Yeah.
culture अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह I can say that marketing department ने वो culture produce किया डेवसिंग में. Of course
Yes.
leadership सारी
Hmm.
guidance है, सब कुछ है, but marketing department ने वो produce किया culture. So that, then we are able to implement these initiatives. और हम हमें हमें तो एज अ टेक कंपनी हम तो सिर्फ टेक को लेकर चलना चाहिए, बट वी आर थिंकिंग अबाउट द होल नेशन, अबाउट द नॉन टेक्स, या जो हमारे भाई बहन जो भी जिनको जॉबलेस है उनके लिए भी सोच रहे हैं, ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम लॉन्च कर रहे हैं. तो इसीलिए है कि हमारी कंपनी का कल्चर ऐसा है कि हम आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स जाके सोचते हैं. वो कॉन्फिडेंस हमें देते हैं, देती है डेवसिंग, कि वो हम आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स जाके सोचें और उसको फिर इम्प्लीमेंट भी करें. जैसे आप लोगों ने बताया कि बहुत ही छोटा सा आइडिया था, हमने मिलकर डिस्कस किया, देन वी पुट इट आउट, और वो पूरे पाकिस्तान से अब लोग भी फॉलो कर रहे हैं इसको. हमारे 100+ एम्बेसडर्स भी हैं, हमने अभी तक यूनिवर्सिटीज के साथ कोलैबोरेशन कर लिया है, इन्फ्लुएंसर्स को ऑनबोर्ड कर रहे हैं, काफ़ी चीज़ें हो रही हैं. सो इट्स गोइंग टू बी बिग, बट वो एक स्मॉल आइडिया से यहाँ तक पहुँचना, इट इज़ लाइक a huge success for DevSync and industry, for itself industry also. Yeah. And also we are
Yes.
hiring in our marketing department. We are extending our team. So if you are interested, जो भी देख रहे हैं, you can drop your CV to Iman, Soha, or me. So please reach out. Yeah.
Yes. And also again, just that, Amnan, you mentioned that DevSync has enabled us and has mobilized us in a manner where we are able to practice, our creativity really in the office space and really just put it out there. I think it's amazing. And I think one point is also, so again, no matter how much we tell people, okay, we're not like normal corporate. I think it really comes from a human to human interaction for you to actually believe that we are literally just not a normal corporate. Because to be able to do something this great, you need to be best friends with your team. And I feel like being able to do that, having you guys as little best friends and just having to joke around and just so when we have to work, you are the lead for us, but when we
Mhm.
have to relax, you're our best friend telling us, no, chill out. And Iman and I are like two peas in a pod. Like we are together and we are like making sure that everything is being done. So I feel like even having a culture that embraces this instead of telling us, okay, no, you can't even hang out together, you just need to work on your desk. It's something that is very motivating for us to do our best while having your friends around, basically. Iman, I would
Because
want you to answer this one question. Yes, sorry.
no, it's okay. You covered my
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. So there's a question that I would want you to answer is कि cinematography की जो we have our category, how do you participate in that? So if you could please go over that.
Okay, so our cinematography category will be requiring a video of 2 minutes or under. There's again, like I said, there's multiple topics that you can choose from for each category. So the topics for the cinematography category are creative advertisement, highlight. You can either choose to make a video on that, and the next topic that you can choose is life without tech, right? So for both of these categories, you have to craft and like different compelling narratives. Like for the first category, which is creative advertisement highlighting technology, you have to craft a compelling advertisement highlighting the sort of innovative use of technology, not just like basics. You have to focus on ideation, storytelling, script writing, all of that, right? And for the life without topic, you have to sort of build a narrative and you have to imagine a world and showcase a world without technology, and how that would the implications that come with it and the challenges that would come in our lives if we weren't living in that way. And when it comes to basically how we're going to judge it, there's multiple aspects. The main aspects that we're looking for is your storytelling. Also, by the way, for each category, this goes for every category. Whatever sources you're using, whatever inspirations you're using, we would appreciate it if you could provide references as to what photos or what narratives inspired you within your submissions. Anyway, as I was saying, visual vortex is our cinematography category, and to judge it, we will not only be looking at your narrative, we will not only be looking at how you produce the content and how like the continuity in your narrative. You'll also be looking at the technical elements of cinematography, like just the type of camera that you've used, the quality of the content, like not just the quality of the written content or the script, but also the quality of your video itself, the quality of your narrative, and the just production quality, narrative and storytelling, and then relevance to the topic, obviously. How you adhere to the guidelines, the technical proficiency, and how impactful your video is, color grading, all of that, and how innovative it is. And it's just presentation, like every aspect, and how it's inclusive. Because again, these are elements that you have to highlight in every category that you use. And especially for cinematography, we will be focusing a lot on the technical elements, the color palette you use, the characters that you use, how you build that story, and how innovative it is. So yeah, that is it.
Yeah,
सो हम
perfect.
कुछ क्वेश्चंस ले लेते हैं यहाँ से प्लीज, ताकि लोगों
Yeah,
को
sure. Also, Anand, there's a question. Okay, what is the criteria? Will you guys judge based on followers or content? So please clarify. I think this is for our social spark category.
यस ऑफ
जिसमें
कोर्स, उसमें व्यूज भी काउंट होंगे, आपके आपके फॉलोअर्स तो नहीं काउंट होंगे, बिकॉज एनीवन कैन पार्टिसिपेट, तो हम किसी फॉलोअर्स की लिमिट तो नहीं रख रहे, बट उस कंटेंट पे क्या रीच आई है आपकी, ऑर्गेनिक रीच की बात करें हम, नॉट पेड रीच,
Yes.
ऑर्गेनिक रीच कितनी आई है, और आपने हैशटैग्स प्रॉपर लगाए हैं या नहीं, और आपने किस तरह से उसको लगाया सोशल मीडिया पे, तो वो सारी चीजें फॉलो होंगी उस पर.
Yeah, because again, Social
yes,
Spark is about social media influencers. So we will be taking into account the metrics of your reach and all of that, your impressions, everything. For the rest of the categories, this doesn't really matter. But for this particular category, because you have to generate social media specific content, reels, etc. So for this category specifically, we will be taking into account the impressions and the metrics that your video generates.
yes. But also, like, make sure that you don't get too absorbed into this. Make sure that you are being very creative with what you put out there. So it doesn't mean that if you have a lot of followers or you have a lot of reach, and you put out something that is just not as good. We will be not considering those submissions. So make
Content
sure
will be
that
like
you.
70% of the focus.
Yes, exactly. Now we have a question. Okay, did you guys extend the last day of submission? If you could please go over that.
यस, इनिशियली हमने रखी थी इसकी 1 मार्च, बट हमने अब एक्सटेंड कर दिया टू 1 अप्रैल। और इसको हम, अगर ज़रूरत हुई, आप लोगों की पार्टिसिपेशन ज़्यादा आई, क्वेरीज आई, तो हम इसको और भी एक्सटेंड करने के बारे में सोच सकते हैं। बट फॉर नाउ इट्स 1 अप्रैल, और बाकी कैटेगरीज और बाकी चीज़ें भी नेक्स्ट वीक में इंशाल्लाह रिवील हो जाएंगी।
Yeah, and to add
Yes.
on to what Amnan said, we're extending the last date because we have been receiving a plethora of submissions, and we want to make sure that we
Yeah.
give everyone an equal opportunity to participate.
Yes. Also, there is a question, okay, is this only for social media content? So, is the greatest week for only social media content, and also like you can go over demand. If you could like briefly give a bit of idea on our four categories again.
Okay, so for social media content, there's only one category: social spark. So, with that category specifically, you have to focus on like just it's similar to the visual vortex category, which are our cinematography category, social media, social spark, and for social media influencers. We will also be just taking into account the metrics and how your audience responds to the reel. So that is the only difference. The rest of our categories, even social spark in general, they are not just for social media content. They are submissions of your talent, and they will not just be defined by followers or the reach. Also, someone else asked a question about Pixel Perfect. You can attach a link to your submission, your social media submission, or you can even email us the link in either JPEG or PNG or TIFF. So I hope that answers your
Yes.
question.
Uh, Also, they are asking if they can get a picture of our Pixel Perfect logo, so they have a better view of it, not just from the video, and they can, then redesign the logo. Again, if you want it, please reach out to Iman, Amnan, or me, and we shall provide you that. But also, we will be having extensive documents out related to our, each category, and you will find this material in that document. So do not worry about that. And again, guys, there's so much information that is yet to be revealed about greatest league. So do not feel like you're running out of time. Like you have enough time. Trust us. Since we know we are putting out information in a certain timeline, and will not pressure you guys to do something really quick. So everything will be provided to you guys. Again, we have this question: will the submission will be public, or can we view through some other format?
व्हाट अबाउट, किस कैटेगरी के
Okay,
बारे में बात कर
submissions will be public.
In general, will our submission should be will be the public, or they can submit to other sort of like email or any other format.
रहे? It will be public. Yes, Iman,
So the
go
main
ahead.
The main submission format is that you will be tagging Devsinc on either Instagram or LinkedIn or both, and then you'll be attaching not only your submission itself in the post, but you will also be attaching a link to it. You can also email us at creatives@devsinc.com if you don't want your submission to be public, but a public submission is preferable. You can ideally you will be using both methods. You will be emailing us the submission, but yeah, just tag us on social media, especially if you're using that as your main submission criteria or your main submission medium.
यस सर।
Yes, and
ओके,
again,
अब ओके, सो अभी सेशन बिल्कुल एंडिंग पे है, सो लास्ट 10 मिनट्स लेट्स
yeah,
आस्क अबाउट कि पार्टिसिपेंट्स अदर देन सबमिशन इस क्रिएटर्स लेके क्या लेके जा सकते हैं। सो
yeah,
आई जस्ट वांट टू हैव अ क्विक अराउंड अबाउट दैट। सो द फर्स्ट थिंग इज, जो कि मैंने पहले ही मेंशन किया है, इट इज ऑल अबाउट नेटवर्किंग, बिकॉज नेटवर्किंग से ही आप लोगों को अपने क्लाइंट्स भी मिलेंगे, नेटवर्किंग से ही आप लोगों को लाइक माइंडेड लोग भी मिलेंगे, नेटवर्किंग से ही आप लोग दूसरों से जब कनेक्ट हो गए तो आप लोगों को काफ़ी सीखने का मौका मिलेगा। सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट, इट्स अ लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म। सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट कि आप लोग किस तरह से वहाँ से अपना चंक निकालते हो। Same goes with the founders, our founders club, our Ruby on Rails community, our QA community, or sales community. So it's all about networking. Meetup के बाद it's all about networking. हम यहाँ पे monthly meetups भी करवाएंगे इनके, या quarterly meetups भी करवाएंगे, so that you guys can join online or offline. But it's all about networking. And secondly, डोंट थिंक कि अगर मैं टॉप 10 में नहीं आया, नहीं आई, तो मुझे क्या मिलेगा और मैं क्यों ज्वाइन करूं। जब आप किसी कंपटीशन में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं तो कि कुछ रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस होते हैं, ऑफ कोर्स वो आपको फॉलो करने होते हैं, और वो पूरा प्रोसेस करके ही आप यहाँ तक पहुँचते हो। बट एक इवेंट में, इतनी बड़ी लीग में पार्टिसिपेट करने का और फिर उसको अटेंड करने का, वो एक पूरा प्रोसेस जब आपको समझ में आ जाता है, तो देन यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट इनिशिएटिव। आपको पता चल जाता है आपने किस तरह वे फॉरवर्ड करना है फ्यूचर इनिशिएटिव्स में। डेप्सिंग के जितने भी आएंगे किसी भी कंपनी का, नो इट्स नॉट जस्ट अबाउट डेप्सिंग, सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट लर्निंग। सो ये एक हमारे एम्बेसडर्स को भी मैं उस दिन यही मीटिंग में कह रहा था कि इट्स ऑल अबाउट लर्निंग और नेटवर्किंग। जितने भी आप लिंक्स बना सकते हैं यहाँ पे, जितने भी आप लोग सीख सकते हैं लोगों से, आप लोग के कनेक्ट्स बन रहे हैं, सब कुछ हो रहा है। सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट दैट। कुछ लोग पूछ रहे थे कि इसमें हमें क्या मिलेगा, हमें कोई टेंजिबल मिल रही हैं चीज़ें या नहीं। तो मैं उनको वही समझा रहा था कि आपकी नेटवर्किंग से बड़ी चीज़, या आपको जितने लोग जाने, सही लोग जितने जाने, और जितना आप लोग अपनी स्किल में एक्सेल कर सकते हो उस वजह से, तो वो सबसे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। बिकॉज आजकल लोग स्किल्स पे इतनी तवज्जो नहीं दे रहे। ऑफ कोर्स यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में, इंडस्ट्रीज़ में बड़ा गैप है उस लिहाज से। So I think it's all about learning, and Devsting is a learning platform for all type of people there out there. Either you are non-tech or a tech person, so you can learn about it. Yes.
Yes, exactly. And just to clarify, just two questions I so let me just quickly address them. Okay, so will you give any preference to the candidates possessing good communication skills? If so, I think this really attached the question attached to our social spark category. If you are planning on, shooting something, or even in our visual vortex category, that is for cinematographers. If you are shooting something, or you have a script that is around you speaking, so of course we will count that. So you need to have good communication skills. So only commit to that sort of script if you know that you can speak well. And again, can I participate in this league? Everybody can participate in this league. So do not shy away from that. And how can you apply for investors? If now you could just quickly address that.
ओके, सो एम्बेसडर्स हमने ऑलमोस्ट हायर कर लिए हैं। आई टोल्ड यू गाइस कि हमने 100+ एम्बेसडर्स फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर पाकिस्तान, उन लोगों को चांस दे दिया है। बट हम उसका फॉर्म, अभी हमने कुछ दिन पहले उसकी पोस्ट की थी, वो मैं फॉर्म का लिंक दोबारा ओपन कर दूंगा, ताकि आप लोग जाके
Hmm.
दोबारा से एंट्री कर सकें, एंड देन यू कैन ऐड डायरेक्टली टू द ग्रुप। सो बट
Yes.
थिंक इट लाइक कि हम कुछ पाकिस्तान के लिए कोई कम्युनिटी बनाने जा रहे हैं। इट्स नॉट ऑल अबाउट टेफसिंग, इट्स नॉट ऑल अबाउट अ सर्टेन कम्युनिटी, इट्स अबाउट पाकिस्तान। कि हम आप लोगों को एक क्रिएटिव माइंड्स के लिए जो प्लेटफॉर्म बना रहे हैं, उसको आगे जाके आप लोगों ने सर्व भी पाकिस्तान में ही करना है। जिस तरह टेक के लोग सर्व कर रहे हैं, आप लोगों ने भी यहीं पे सर्व करना है, और आप लोगों के लिए ये प्लेटफॉर्म। यस।
Yes. So an hour has passed by, and honestly, it's been so fun with you guys, and also it's been really, really, it's been a very engaging session. And of course, a lot of people that participated and sent their questions. We are so thankful to them for giving us the opportunity to answer what exactly they wanted to know, and also participating and having this enthusiasm in them to participate in Greatest League. Iman and Amnan, thank you so much for giving me your time and coming on here and answering what people wanted to know. And to our audience, for every like thank you for tuning in every single week and being having this enthusiasm in you to learn about new topics and new things that we're doing. So inshallah, I'll see you guys next week with a new guest, with a new topic, and let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep these lives going. So yes, thank you guys, thank you so much.
थैंक यू सो मच, बाय बाय।
Thank you
Bye
so
bye,
much
Allah
for
Hafiz.
having us.